Hi, I'm Roy Jones Jr., and you are about to see some of my greatest knockouts.
Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked, can't be shook. What? Be hot. When will you learn? Came to get crunk, came to bring life, came to get started, came to get right. Turn down the music, turn up the mic.
Roy Jones, and there is Roy Jones. So many of you remember his disappointment after that Olympic final against the Korean fighter. We may be watching a star who is about to burst upon us all. Well, the one thing I don't like about... Whoa, and there he's down already. Well, we may be seeing the star of the future. You can see the quick hand speed of Roy Jones. I mean, he is dangerous. He has been compared to Ray Leonard for the speed of his combinations and his ability to throw punches in bunches. Jones going to the body. Percy Harris motioning Jones to come on in, saying, "Bring it to me. I don't fear what you've got," but Harris is in serious trouble. And Jones, aping Ray Leonard, throws his gloves in the air before trying to pound Harris back to the canvas. Percy Harris gave Lamar Parks all kinds of trouble. He is a solid puncher. We're really seeing something tonight in Roy Jones. Jones is looking to land out one big bomb right now. Harris's corner is screaming at him to grab Jones and wrap him up. Harris either doesn't hear him or doesn't understand him. He's gonna make it out of round one, however. Don't be so sure. Jones threw 70 punches in round one and landed 31 of them. Harris landed 2 of 25 attempted blows, and he didn't even try to throw a punch prior to having already been put on the canvas. Oh, the left hook landed solidly, and now there's blood coming out of Harris's mouth, and down he goes again. It's the third knockdown of the bout as round 2 comes to a close.
7, 8, you okay?
This is true grit against true class. And Harris began to go to Jones' corner before the ref straightened him out and brought him back to his own people. The way a guy like Roy Jones fights, don't blink. Oh, and just as I said don't blink, he nailed Harris with that left hook. And Harris is wobbly on his feet again. Fast hands. Percy Harris simply not able to get out of the way. Another right cross. Harris in trouble again. Can Harris make it out of round 4? Not without going down.
That's it.
And the referee has seen enough.
That's it, man.
This kid just seems to exude power. Did you see those 3 left hooks after he landed that right hand? Unbelievable. There he goes. There's that right hand. 1, 2, 3 left hooks. 4 left hooks. I counted wrong the first time. That's a lot of punches to throw in a short period of time for a guy weighing 164 pounds.
That's it, man.
So the referee calls a halt to what was 4 full rounds of sustained punishment meted out to Percy Harris by Roy Jones. Sustained brilliance as well. And he knows that when you get to this stage of your development, you must not only win, but look good winning, because everything gets magnified. There's a chance down the road he could be a marquee name fighter. Everyone wants to know, can Roy Jones restore the glamour of the middleweight division? We should get a clue tonight. Remember that Glenn Wolfe in 31 previous bouts has never been knocked down, never been knocked out. Of Roy Jones's 19 knockouts, 15 have come within the first 5 rounds. His bouts average a little under 4 rounds per outing. If he just stays back, the history of the thing seems to indicate that Wolfe will come to him. Short left inside, and Wolfe is stunned. And the right over the top, and now Wolfe is holding on. Glenn Wolfe has never been knocked down, but he's probably never been in against a 160-pounder with the power of Roy Jones. Ah, what star quality. Jones is just now beginning to get warmed up. He threw about 4 left hooks in less than a second there. Oh, what a left hook inside by Jones. Jones just drops his hands and pounds away. And Glenn Wolfe has had enough. Let's see if we can find this punch that hurt Wolfe. Was it a legitimate punch? In the body. It was not below. Well, that was not low. He has near supernatural punching power. Well, it looks like all along that Glenn Wolfe had a concrete jaw. Now it turns out that he had a glass stomach.
Right there I see the body shot because he had been looking for the hook, right? And yeah, I knew he had quit then because I was put a good body shot on him. But every time he looked for the hook, he was scared of my hook mainly because I caught him one early. So he started definitely overtaking himself for it.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
We just might have the real birth of a potential superstar here tonight.
We gon' take it to the body.
In 3 preceding appearances, he was relatively sullen and taciturn in pre-fight meetings and in the days leading up to the bout. Here he has been ebullient almost to the point of being giddy, and he said that he would put on a show tonight. And there's a solid left hook to start things off for Jones. And they think he's going to attack early to try for a sensational knockout. Any knockout against Malinga is sensational. Malinga in such a defensive posture early that it's difficult for Jones to find the target. He's trying to feint and fake a little bit now to see if he can create an opening. Right hand roundhouse. In and out, throwing punches from awkward angles depending on his unbelievable quickness and reflexes. I just saw a praying mantis fly across the ring. I don't know what symbolism that is. The other fighter you should keep in mind as you watch this is James Toney, because they may be on a collision course. This guy is almost impossible to knock out, but Jones has him in trouble a little bit now, midway through round 2. Malinga hunting now to try to get himself out of trouble. Roy landed an explosive left hand in there. Malinga seems a little bit outside of himself now as he wails away to try to get Jones off of him. Roy looking for an opening to throw the right. Blood around the nose of Tulane Malinga. And through the peekaboo defense, Jones landed another left hook. Now Jones slinks into a southpaw stance and lands lead left hands. And Malinga's in serious trouble. A new wrinkle for Jones, working big time in round 2. Malinga scuffling here and there.
I'm good. Keep tapping with your jab, though. I'm steady. Right. You're going to the body good. Slow to the head up top.
Malinga lands a right hand and Jones whacks with a left hook to the body again. Left uppercut. Very good body punch by Jones. Well, there's one similarity to De La Hoya. When he lands that left to the body, it sets up a lot of other things for him. 2 more lefts to the body. That right hand brought them out of their seats. Straight left hand was spectacular. 3, 4, 5. Second knockdown of Malinga's recent career. The other was by Chris Eubanks. 10. And this is it. For the first time in 11 fights, Tulane Malinga has been knocked out, but what a shot that was. Right, and as I said, he has those amazing reflexes to get away with it without having to put himself at risk. That's exactly what happened here. A sensational one-shot, sixth-round knockout of Talini Sugar Boy Malinga, I repeat. A fighter who has gone the distance in each of his last 10 fights, and here he's starched by Roy Jones. Roy, what does this mean for your career, do you think, in terms of whether you're going to move up to 168 pounds and fight James Toney, or whether you're going to defend your title at 160?
One thing I need to clear up is that I don't go up looking for no particular fighter. I go up to 168, I fight whoever at 168 that I feel like I want to, or that would feel like they would fight. It isn't just a James Toney thing, it's an anybody thing. Doesn't make me no difference who it is, where it at. I'll fight anybody any weight.
They know to stay low. Doing this once more, so here's my intro. I knew when I jumped I had more ammo than the 18. And that's a fact I flew to the world on the 18th of November, December.
One express priority for Roy Jones in the first round of every fight is to check the chin of his opponent. He wants to land at least one heavy shot, a power shot against Antoine Bird, to see how well Bird can take it. And already Jones has been to the body with the right hand and slipped in a quick left hook to the chin. Jones backing Bird into the corner with an early flurry punctuated by the right hand. Bird's head snapping back with a right. Jones landing early power shots. And Bird's in big trouble. Down he goes. But to Bird's credit, he was badly hurt, but he was still trying to fire back. Might not get too many chances to fire back here, as this crowd rises to its feet and looks for the first round knockout. He's taking terrible punishment now. Many opponents are stunned by Jones' speed in the first round, and that is part of Bird's experience right here. There is a 3 knockdown rule, and one more knockdown and it's over whether Bird can get up or not. And now Jones turns to southpaw. It's going to be over, I think. The referee has seen enough. No upsets in this tournament. Well, he said he wanted to hit Bird with power shots. He certainly did. He took the shots and he fired back, but the incoming was just too heavy for the outgoing. Unbelievable how many solid punches Jones landed in such a short space of time. And for those who prefer this man to Pernell Whitaker as the best pound for pound in the world, there's the reason right there.
What you came for? What you came for? What you came for? What you came for?
My instructions. Therefore, I wish you good luck. Okay, touch gloves, go back to your corner.
Jones smiled at him, knowing that Pazienza is trying to get him out of his game there. There is a lot of emotion in this building, trust me, folks. The fans, while they are predominantly for... Oh! Big left hook by Jones immediately! Wow, he came out blasting! Pazienza up high there with the bobbing left himself open. He needs to get close without paying a huge price. Already seeing the speed of Jones. He is already making Vinny Pazienza feel his power. Huge right back, Pazienza up. He's landing everything. And now Pazienza tries to crowd. Now Pazienza's coming back. Is he landing? Jones laying in the corner. He flurries his way out. Pazienza with his hands on the rope, which is illegal, and the ref breaks him. Well, Jones gave us his version of the Ali Shuffle. Lots to talk about here early in this first round. Pazienza pushing Jones. He'll want to use these roughing tactics. It would be up to the ref to keep control. Pazienza on the attack. Gets the right hand in, and at the bell, they jaw each other. I said there was emotion in this building, and it's not just coming from the stands. And guess what? The fight is on. Good left, counter left hook by Jones. Pazienza showboats and Jones showboats back. Good left by Jones. Pazienza nearly went through the ropes. And there's blood from the nose of Vinny Pazienza. And now the punches are getting there from Jones, and I mean getting there repeatedly. Good counter left hook. Absolutely tremendous speed by Jones. Well, in round 3, Roy Jones celebrates. Interesting to see if any judge would have scored that round for Vinny Pazienza, thinking about the antics. Well, look at this. That one I haven't seen. But in the meantime, it's Jones doing all the effective work. Pazienza says no, but meanwhile, he's not landing. And a double left hook by Jones. Cut around the left eye of Pazienza. He is swollen around that left eye already. About a half minute to go here in round 4. These are slicing jabs by Jones. Blood from the nose of Pazienza and a little bit under the left eye. His hands are low. He's getting nailed by Jones. Pazienza cannot get anything going offensively. Jones is going after him now. Good hook by Jones. Well, for the first time in his career, let's be honest, Vinny Pazienza is being hit by a much bigger man and a much faster man. Turning into a street fight. And a shower of blood hits us here at ringside. Good hook by Jones. Jones just a little faster. Pazienza with a big heart, though, also got some shots in.
There you go. Just keep doing what you're doing, baby. Looking good. Good control.
Good body work by Jones. He works Pazienza on the inside, pushes him back. Good hook. He nailed Pazienza and the uppercut. Pazienza's in trouble. Ready to go. There's about a half minute left to go. The right eye is almost closed. Pazienza feigning that he's okay, but he's not okay. He's not even close to being okay. One big shot could end it here. There's another knockdown. There's no 3 knockdown rule in effect here. The referee's got to be very close to stopping it here. Even if he gets through, you've got to be concerned about his health and safety because he's tired and he is wide open. It is over. Roy Jones has defended his IBF junior middleweight title and done it in grand fashion. Portrait of the artist as a young man.
I'll be dropping him, putting him in check. I turn Tony Glass out and hook the devil's neck while I'm slicing him, dicing him, short of being nice to him, chipping at the lip, I keep slipping, then I'm icing him. I'm still the quickest.
Now Roy getting fancy as he bolo punches with the right hand. Thornton not quick enough to stop Jones's combinations, and now Thornton moves forward. It was before the bell. It was before the bell. 5, 6, 7. Thornton gets up easily. He beat the count, and now that's the end of round 3. Here it is. Reflexes and power like this are rare to see. It's like a combination of ballet dancer and bouncer. Yeah, he's got the same thing Tyson had going for him. Quickness, speed, and power. He puts on another, what, 45, 50 pounds of muscle? I wouldn't want him. Thornton in trouble. Can't punch back. The referee did him a big favor. Roy Jones utterly destroying an opponent who had never been previously knocked out in a 44-fight professional career.
Bodyhead F.E. Follow me. Mommy can wobble if she want it. Stay ride it if she want it. That face and body, she can model if she want it. She get around and stay you down in a New York minute. Up here with no roblonics, only way you get up in it. Shorty love with rap balls. Both with many actors. Don't care if you're married or bachelor.
Sosa with a hard right hand to the body tries to bring the left hook up top. Jones starts to land and now Sosa stops throwing. Roy Jones going to the body as he works Sosa against the ropes. Jones, willing to take some chances early, said he would stay closer to Sosa than he has with other opponents if it didn't hurt too much. But Jones starting to show that incomparable hand speed as he beats a tattoo against Murky Sosa's hand with a left hook. Murky Sosa has never been knocked out. A left hook landing once again. And suddenly, Sosa in trouble as he weathers the kind of assault he's never faced before. Jones sizing him up and trying to finish. Sosa not throwing back. Uppercut, uppercut. And it was Jones' footwork that actually put Sosa in trouble. Right hand over the top, partially blocked. Well, we've talked about the look that fighters get on their face when they taste that first Roy Jones left hook barrage in round one. And certainly Sosa appeared to be feeling something he hadn't felt before. They seem to say, wow, what is it? What happened to me? Well, Jones had mentioned that he wanted to fight Sosa on the inside, and that's what he's doing. Hard right uppercut inside by Jones set up the flurry of left hooks. Sosa leaning against him, but Jones is doing the damage here. Now Sosa begins to score with his own left hook. Jones using his withering hand speed to stun Murky Sosa again. Now Sosa is starting to swell under the left eye. Only in round two, that's what he had mentioned. This is some pace. Right, if this went on 7 or 8 rounds, I'd be curious to see how Jones responded. It won't go 7 or 8 rounds if Roy keeps landing like that. Right hand clash and down goes Sosa. That's the first time in his career that he's been knocked down by a hard punch like that. And Sosa wobbling a bit on those knock knees as Roy Jones steps back in. Gotta be a strange feeling for Sosa, but again, Jones just outmaneuvered him. Sosa not throwing back, in trouble as the ref stops the fight. And now Murky goes after the referee.
When I came here, I wasn't going to run from Sosa because I'm much too fast for Sosa. Even though he's a strong guy, people want to see could I take a punch. Well, they saw that I could take a punch. He hit me with a good overhand right. Nothing happened. I'm not going anywhere. It's kind of like a fast break dunk, you know. I set him up, caught him with a good right hand. Bing! There he went. I was going to catch him again eventually, you know. Once I see I can hurt a guy, he threw. He can hang it up because I'm going to catch you again.
And he lands the left hook, and Roy Jones is starting to open up and show Eric Lucas a little bit of what he's got. Good right hand by Roy Jones. Quick leaping left hook as he switches positions on Lucas. And there's the first hard right hand, and it momentarily stunned Lucas, but he's got a pretty good chin. Right hand landed, and Lucas felt his foot slip on a slick spot here in the ring. He also felt the power of Roy Jones. Well, he's a solid conservative fighter. Landed only 6 punches, as you saw in the first couple of rounds. He landed 2 or 3 right there. and now eats a right hand from Jones, and Jones goes to work with a multi-punch combination. Just as you said, when Jones starts throwing with that piston-like hand speed, Lucas stops and waits. Maybe Lucas's idea here is to break Roy Jones's hand on his jaw. So Jones goes to work to give the crowd a little bit of its money's worth. Well, the time to throw punches is when Jones is throwing punches, throw back. Lucas stops throwing anything. Now, he doesn't have any legs because of that basketball game earlier. Now he's just allowing himself to get hit in the body. That's going to make it worse. Well, he just busted Lucas with a hard left hook. It was one of the hardest connects of the fight so far. I think Lucas should have gotten a little lower earlier and stayed lower. It's hard to stay down there, though. Straight right hand. First time Roy Jones starting to use his feet a little bit. Second win? Nope, I think it's a bluff. Jones landed an uppercut, Lucas feeling the will to get aggressive again. He was not expected by many to last into the 5th round. Say what you want, this is a competitive fight. A right hand by Lucas, his best punch of the fight so far. Jones retaliated with a left up and under, and Lucas nearly doubled over. Jones did something smart with that left hook to the body. That's going to be his salvation tonight. You got to land some body punches to make sure the fight goes your way. Good right hand by Lucas. But a left hand by Jones, and Lucas spitting a little blood out of his mouth as this round comes to a close. This is what Lucas has to do, and he has to do a lot of it right now. Take a breather and take him back to the corner and do it again. Jones continually backing up into his own corner and trying to lure Lucas in there with him. And when Lucas goes in, he's been throwing to the body. It's probably the smartest thing he can do. Roy Jones switching to a southpaw stance and loading up left hand leads, and he lands a couple of them against Eric Lucas's chest. That's the best punch of the fight. That hard left hook to the lower jaw of Eric Lucas, and Lucas was rocked back on his heels by that one. Left hook to the top of the head. Straight right hand, snapping Lucas's head back. Roundhouse right. Lucas takes that one just the way he's taken all the rest of them. Left hand, snapping his head back. Right on the point of the chin with that left hand.
This is it.
TKO for Roy Jones, and not a moment too soon. Told you about Brannon's great physique. You can see the muscles bulging as he races across the ring and launches a wild right to the body, and Roy Jones stands in a peekaboo as Brian Brannon throws about 8 wing punches in a row. Well, that's a new strategy. Nobody's tried that I've seen. Well, he threw away punches, but none of them landed. Well, he's keeping Jones from getting off to a fast start. Meanwhile, Roy threw one punch and it landed. Now he lands another little quick left hook in there, a counter, as Brannon continues to pound away with wing shots from the outside, trying to get to Jones's body. Brannon trying to neutralize one of Roy Jones's best weapons, which is his quickness of foot. He's trying to take away some of his punching power by crowding him too. But he's catching some heavy shots inside from Roy Jones. Yeah, he might be getting under Roy's skin a little bit though. I mean, Roy hasn't seen this too often. He probably doesn't like it much. He's been very calm though, I think. A good left hook by Roy Jones. Oh, he rocked Brannon with a solid left hook, and now he's got Brannon wobbled. Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I think the punch that started that was a left to the body. That started the whole combination. We mentioned that Jones was so calm weathering that storm, blocking punches, just looking to set the other guy up. Well, in some instances, it's not how many you land, but how much they hurt. And there's the snapping left hook by Roy Jones again. And there it is again. Wobbled Brannon again. Brannon having trouble for the moment, staying on his feet. Referee watching closely. Jones blinding Brannon with his overwhelming hand speed. He's getting hit with some solid punches. And the not-so-terrific news is that he gets to come back for round 2 against Roy Jones. Roy Jones often performs like a virtuoso jazz artist, with incredible riffs coming from all directions, always unexpected. Again, the Roy Jones left hook. He never sets it up with a jab. He just comes in with it, but he's so quick. I've never seen a guy that can land left hooks from the outside the way Roy Jones can. He's Oscar Peterson with boxing gloves. And look how calm Jones is in there. Hands up, blocking punches. Well, Brannon is just pounding away at Jones's arms and gloves, and at least it gives him the right to throw a lot of punches, which not too many people can do against Jones. But he's getting hit so much in return. He nailed Jones with a couple of right hands. But again, it doesn't seem to bother Roy at all. And he lets the guy throw his punches and he says, okay, now it's my turn.
Let's look again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We said earlier he's got a bullet lodged in his neck. Now he's got a bomb in there. The Trenton crowd can't believe what they're seeing. They're so psyched for the possibility of Bryan putting up the big fight against Roy Jones. And the man is just getting hammered in there now. And the referee watching as Roy Jones tattoos Brannon. And then Jones says, look, you want more? Okay. You want to ask again who's the best fighter in the world? No, I don't have to ask that. He stepped away and looked at the ref as though he didn't want to hurt Brannon and said, must I do this? And the ref says, yes, you must. And Roy says, okay, and he starches the guy. How about that? There's nobody else who can do this. What an incredible gift. Yet you can't teach the stuff that Roy Jones does. No, I've never seen like triple left hooks, 7 left hooks in a row so quick and so accurate. It's unbelievable. And he just seems to have so much confidence in himself. Jones donated all of tonight's live gate money, minus expensive, to go to charity. That's the kind of guy he is. This silver medalist with a professional record of 31 victories, 29 by knockout, with only 1 defeat. And Griffin's knee goes down, and Jones lands 2 punches after Griffin's knee was on the canvas. And Roy Jones is going to be disqualified. And here is the challenger, 3-time world champion, Roy Jones Jr. And of course, Griffin believes that he thrives and will continue to thrive on being underestimated. Jones lands a solid left hook to start the fight. Let me tell you, that first left hook hurt Griffin. And so does the second one. And the referee calls it a knockdown, saying that only the ropes kept Griffin up. Right on the button. And he put the left glove down on the canvas so the referee didn't need to use the rule regarding the ropes. He had a knockdown on the basis of the fact that Griffin puts this left glove right on the canvas, right there. Wise decision by the ref. He could have ruled it a knockdown on the basis of the ring ropes holding Griffin up, too. So now Griffin, hoping in the back of his mind that Jones, by being so aggressive, will create opportunities for him. Jones is looking for a first-round knockout. He's not trying to set up anything with a jab, just firing power punches. Griffin shying away from the left hook feint there. Obviously, and for good reason, extremely cautious now about Roy Jones's left hook leads. Jones lands another left hook there. Griffin starts to look for counter opportunities, but still very much on the defensive with 50 seconds left to go in round number 1. Huge round for Roy Jones so far. Roy Jones is playing the feinting game, and Griffin is benefiting by it. What a left hook! Second knockdown of the round. That was a leaping left hook, and Griffin may not survive it. He's got trouble. And that's that. Jones gets his vindication via a first-round knockout. And it was a left uppercut. Unbelievably quick left-hand shots. A barrage of them in round 1 by Jones. And he finishes off Griffin with a half hook, half uppercut a la Oscar de la Hoya that landed on the button. This was the most important fight of Roy Jones' life. In his mind now, this will wipe out what happened last March. And I think in the minds of most boxing fans as well.
Y'all must have forgot.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, presenting the 4-time world champion, Roy Jones Jr.
Y'all must have forgot.
Quick left hook up top by Jones. Best punch of the fight so far for him. Jones stepping in and firing the single left hook. Hill coming back and struggling to try to land a jab and a right hand. Another quick left hand shot by Jones, and he lands a right hand over the top. Another right hand, and Jones is starting to get it going in the last minute of round number 1. Hill refers contemptuously to Jones as the Wonder Boy, and he fought him with a little contempt in that first round. I thought, yeah, every time Jones touched him with something, he'd throw right back to the body. I think that's a lot of good skill there. You can keep your mind on your strategy. Another right hand lands for Jones. Hill has taken all the power shots pretty well so far. Yeah, you look at Virgil Hill, you look at the size of those legs, the calves. He's been caught with some good shots, but believe me, there's not enough weight behind him yet. Jones landing with sharp lefts and rights. Now he's starting in round 2 to occasionally look to put together combinations. And he's taking the chances we said early on. He's got to get out there and take a chance. You can't worry about the scars on your face, can't worry about getting cut. This is your chance. Chance of a lifetime. Those leaping left hooks landing for Roy Jones. Hill doggedly sticking to the plan, keeping his left jab in Jones's chest. Now he comes back up top and backs Roy into the ropes. 2 rounds in the books. And as Hill lands a right hand, Jones shakes his head as if to say, "You can't do damage to me." And Hill still trying to keep his glove on Jones, and Jones lands a left. Now there's a combination, jabbing right hand, Hill lands a right hand over the top in retaliation. Good right hand by Jones, and I thought that momentarily stunned Hill, who may be getting a little too brave. You just can't catch them all night long. Sometimes you got to start moving your head left and right. Right hand shot by Jones as the round comes to a close. Plenty to cheer for on both sides of the ring. I'm telling you, Roy Jones is not missing with that right hand. He's whacking him with it. He constantly throws a right hand lead that lands on the left side of Virgil Hill's head. And it's hurting Virgil Hill, no question. So far, it's Jones's power over Hill's jab. Whoa! Right to the body, down. Unheard of. Unheard of. Only the 3rd time Hill's ever been down. He's holding the kidney area on the right side, and the referee stops the fight. First time Virgil Hill's ever been knocked out, Roy Jones did it with a right hand to the body. I've seen it all. This is one heck of a body shot. I mean, this was a perfect clean shot to the right of the ribcage, and here's another look. Apparently it was just a sudden shot underneath the jab instead of over the jab. Now, through the first 3 rounds, Virgil Hill had been seeing Roy throw the punch, throw the right hand over the jab. Well, this time he elected to throw it under the jab and just caught him in a very vulnerable spot. What does it feel like when you get hit there? Well, I tell you, there's nothing like it because it actually paralyzes your body for a second. All you're thinking about is recovering from the pain. That's what he's thinking. How do I recover? Not about defending himself. What a lightning knockout in the 4th round for Roy Jones. 1-punch knockout on a body punch. That, in the eyes of some, is going to bolt him back to the top of the heap. Hey, you can't foxtrot. He was flat-footed and he hurt this guy.
Yeah, I haven't fought in a while. I've been a little rusty, haven't been doing things, so I want to get myself into the groove of it. But I know that I'm too powerful for Virgil Hill. I was much too strong. I'm a big puncher. So I figured, why waste time boxing? If I box him, that's what he wants to do. Don't box him, let's go get him. I knew he was going to keep jabbing. I was trying to hit him over the top, but I said, since I can't go over the top, let's go underneath, baby. The whole thing is, you fight a boxer and you box a fighter. He's a boxer, so I had to fight him. I don't go into our jab, I go in to beat him.
Left hooks in rapid-fire succession by Jones there. He has terrific power off the front foot. Devastating right hand to the middle of the chest by Jones. And he heard Alton Merkerson telling Jones he just pushes his jab out there. Go ahead and attack him. It doesn't help your opponent when you're fast, plus you go to the body also. And Roy Jones, he's doing a whole thing here. Jones whacking twice to the body with a right hand, targeting the middle of Grant's chest and finding the target. Vicious left hook to the body right underneath the right arm of Grant. Roy told us before the fight he wasn't going to try to kill this guy, but he won't babysit him either, and that sounds about right. Now the babysitter is the big guy who's sitting next to Roy's two 7-year-old sons. Whoa, that was a right hand by Jones. Devastating right hand. Grant trying to reach for something to hold on to. Roy keeps going. Grant started to get his legs back now, but he was stunned. Yeah, he wasn't babysitting him there. Right hands from 3 different angles in that assault. That's why he's skeptical about throwing a left jab, because he's got so many things on his mind to do with as far as power punches are concerned. Now there's the exchange. That's the exchange Grant wanted to create for himself. Let him hit you with 4, get in one good one. That's the kind of left-hand shot Duvall was able to catch Jones with. You want the exchanges because you're not small like he's accustomed to. Grant in trouble on another right hand, but he's being devastated not by power but by speed now. It's a difference. Speed kills, and you can see what a sportsman Otis Grant is. He laughs and pats Jones on the butt like, damn, you are something. Roy says that sometimes when he looks at the tapes, he amazes himself with the combinations he throws. Here's one of them. Another good exchange. What an uppercut. There was a devastating punch. Now that's the danger of going forward. A perfectly timed uppercut, tries it again. Now he's holding. Grant intelligently tries to hold on, but doesn't seem to get enough of a piece. Now he's got him. That Roy Jones threw an uppercut that time. And Grant's legs don't look too good as he goes backward to the middle of the ring. That front leg is stiff, and Jones knows it. He's attacking him. There's a combination. Grant tries to put his hands by his chin and bob and weave. Straight right hand by Jones. And on the delayed reaction, the 3rd official knockdown of the night. And Grant is blinking in the corner, and his corner is going to throw in the towel. That's right. No, that's right. Don't allow him to stop the fight. A good idea. The ref is wise this time. If the trainer, the chief second, steps on the apron, under the rules, the fight is over, okay? You can't throw the towel, but when a chief second wants the fight stopped, he steps on the apron, and that's it. There's the knockdown. I'm not sure Grant thought he was going to lose his balance on that. It's the kind of punch he had taken effectively earlier in the bout. And maybe that's what prompted the ref to say, hey, wait, if he goes down on that, he's had enough. There's so many people in the ring, we're having trouble getting the announcer's attention. And Jones decides to dance with Richard Hall. Right hand lead lands twice to the face of Hall. Crowd loves it. And when you're as tall as Hall is, you don't have to do anything but just stick your hands out. You don't have to have power, just accuracy. Just keep them out there. Jones lands an uppercut with the right hand. Hall reaching with the left. And Hall is wobbling. Legs wobbling under Richard Hall as Jones sizes him up. Straight right hand lands. Jones was on his back foot for that one. Now he puts power behind the right hand, and down goes Hall. Second knockdown of Hall's career. Jones finally finds a neutral corner. Hall was up before the count began. Hall had better hold on, just hold it. He's not going to do that. Hold on and get your head clear. You know, there is no 3 knockdown rule, remember that. Because we're about to see a 3rd knockdown if Roy goes after it. Nope, round 1 is going to come to a close with Hall still in the fight. Roy gave the crowd what they came to see. I think customarily Roy Jones would go after a guy in the first round, test him to see how available he is to be hit. If he is available, he'll go for him. If he's not, then he'll step back and try to break him down. Jones misses with a left and now breaks Hall with a right. Another short right hand lands inside. Hall starting to take the right hand just a little better than in round 1. Roy Jones has seldom had an opportunity to look as spectacular as he has in these first 2 rounds. Well, when the incoming is Roy Jones, you're not that eager to have too much outgoing. You've just got to throw shots. You get a chance to fight for the light heavyweight title. You can't wait. All of those overhand shots will take your wind, I'm telling you. Whoa! Hard right hand by Jones. Snaps Hall's head back. Roy putting on a show for the Indianapolis fans. Hall has not landed a punch in this round. Jones is the only fighter in CompuBox history to score a complete shutout through a round. Vinny Pazienza was whitewashed in 1 round of Jones-Pazienza 5 years ago. And there's a big right hand that momentarily wobbles Hall. I haven't seen a guy that cocky since Muhammad Ali. Hall counters with a body shot. You can go to 10 fights and not see as many big, clean, hard punches as Roy Jones has landed for the first half of this fight. This guy goes in and out. He's out for a second and he wakes up again. In terms that this crowd would certainly appreciate, Roy Jones has lapped Hall about 2 or 3 times by now. Well, this is what happens when you see a guy following a guy shooting him with 22s. He doesn't know he's being killed, but he has. Roy Jones may not box out of a textbook, but maybe he can write his own textbook. He's writing a book of his own. I've never seen so many vicious right hands to the body in this division. Hall playing a little possum for Jones, and the crowd responds to him. Jones grinning as he dances away from Hall. Target practice continues in Indianapolis. Why doesn't the referee stop it? What is the point? What in the world is the point? Come on! This isn't competition anymore. This is a bloodletting. This is absolutely preposterous. Richard Hall should not be taking these shots. Thank God. And it took Roy Jones to stop the fight. Oh, he keeps throwing uppercuts. That's where all your power is, in uppercuts. It's just target practice. It's just beating another man to a pulp. Left hand stuns Kelly. And he should go right back to the attack again, regardless of whether he lands or not. Right hand stuns Kelly, as did the left earlier. And now Jones with a little showboating. All he has to do is just open up, and this fight is over with. Now Jones came close to showing us a stunning uppercut. He never knew where Jones was going to come from. Yeah, Jones is mixing up his attacks. You know, overhand rights, right to the rib, and now he traded a leaping left uppercut right between the gloves. Roy throwing a jab. He'll spot the jab from time to time, fighting in the conventional style as he did there. Here we go. And you look at the blinding speed and natural instincts of Roy Jones, and it makes it an exciting fight to have seen. Earlier in Reading, Pennsylvania, Bernard Hopkins scored a 10th round technical knockout of Carl Daniels to retain his undisputed middleweight championship. That was at the weight limit, of course, of 160. Now, at a weight limit of 175, Roy Jones tried to defend his undisputed light heavyweight championship and is doing so with routine success against Glenn Kelly of Australia. And down goes Kelly on a body shot. Kelly's corner screaming at the referee that they thought the punch was low. I thought it was right on the money. No, it was not low to my knowledge. They made a mistake. That was right on the belt line. And having hurt Kelly with a body shot, Jones comes back with two left hooks to the head. Regardless of what talent you have, there comes a fight sooner or later where your talent will not carry you because of the style of the opponent or whatever. Kelly down once again, third knockdown of the night. He never saw it. You know, that's pretty amazing because between rounds, Alton Murkerson, Roy Jones' handpicked trainer from Pensacola, asked him to go ahead and get the knockout and say, we've got somewhere else to go. Well, I don't know where else they have to go, but they can go now.
So chicken fighting. My Wayne was behind my back. I was the game rooster then. That's that chicken fighting stuff. I had to make him commit. He didn't want to commit, so I had to give him the chicken thing. I ain't looking for no ropes. That's a chicken Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Watch him. Come here. Don't do that. Ah, come here now. Huh? Hopefully in the future, other people will see that boxers can do other things besides fight. They can be good representatives.